Welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy, and just came back from the ASD convention. Went there on Monday and Wednesday of this last week, and it's a big venue for anyone who hasn't been to a trade show like that. I sure haven't. It was my first time. It's quite overwhelming. It can leave you sort of your head spinning when you leave. And went there the first day by myself. Took me about 3.5 hours to walk through all of it, and I walked pretty fast, and I really didn't stop to talk to anyone. I just wanted to kind of see what it was about and just soak it all in. Wednesday, I went back and met up with Archie Biscuit Butt, and he brought his mom along with us as well. She wanted to kind of check it out too. And we only hit just one of the halls. They had like a north and a west hall, and the west hall is the one we hit. The North Hall had like all the clothing and the jewelry and all that, and not something that I sell, and wanted to go back to the North Hall because there were a number of liquidators there, and wanted to touch base, see if any were local, and maybe, just maybe, talk to some companies that might be able to distribute new goods in the line of like electronics and things that I like to sell. Wasn't really successful there, but met with some liquidators that are some leads that might be able to give me some consistent products, something more along the lines of the product that I had a couple years ago that was really consistent. We're talking your replenishables, so if I run out of a particular product, I know the next time I order that I'm going to get more of the same. So hopefully those conversations go well. I haven't reached out to really anyone yet, but definitely will keep you guys posted if anything good comes out of those conversations. But what was pretty funny is we did come across a liquidator who, for the ASD week, which was Sunday through Wednesday, had brought some pallets of the different merchandise they sell, from toys to the Amazon mixed liquidation lots to clothing to electronics. And when I went there on Monday, I did stop there and I got a card, and they said, they kept telling people they're not selling the goods that are in these Gaylords, these large Gaylords that they had. It was just for display so that people could see the type of merchandise that they do offer. Well, Wednesday, apparently they changed their mind and they put a sign on all the Gaylords, like for the clothing, I think it was like $3 per piece. And any of the hard goods they had for $5 a piece. And as you can imagine, and I'll show you a clip here, as you can imagine, the whole place was just chaotic. Now, I've never done the bin store thing. I've never gone to a Goodwill looking through the bins. I've never done anything like that. But for me at that time, it was just a bit too tempting. Plus, I wanted to see the kind of merchandise that particular company, or a sample of merchandise that that company offers. So Archie and I decided, let's go for it. So we kind of elbowed our way in, got in there, and started digging through these Gaylords. And, I didn't think I was going to find anything, only because I don't know how long people have been rummaging through these boxes. And honestly, I haven't done it before, like I said. So I didn't really quite feel comfortable. But as I got in there, you'd see something, you'd grab it, you'd put it like under your arm, knowing that this is worth well more than $5. And even when other people would grab it, there's a guy to my right, and he kept grabbing an item, and he looked over at me, and I kind of just gave him the, it's not interesting to me kind of look, even though I knew that it had value. And then when he was done with it, and he grabbed the next item, I'd snatch it, right? And so you'd kind of allow, everyone would be digging down into this box, this large Gaylord, and you'd kind of allow people to throw stuff back that caught your eye before you just grabbed it. And I think I upset that dude. After about the third time, he got frustrated and left. What I realized was that there's a lot of people in these bins that really don't know what they're looking at. And I'm not even sure if they're looking for a certain item, but me, being that I've dealt with a lot of these pallets before, I've seen a lot of these items before. We're talking at least now well over 100 pallets in the last 2 years. I kind of get a feel for the quality of the item that I'm grabbing, that, its approximate worth. And of course, you continue to see a lot of the same stuff that you've dealt with before. So now I did get about a dozen items, and I want to show that to you here in just a second. But I think we did pretty good. Archie did pretty well. Archie grabbed a Cricut, like an easy press, I think it's called. And he's like, should I get this? I said, yeah, you should get it. It's well worth over $100. So he grabs it, and we're checking our stuff out afterwards. And unfortunately, he found that the power cord was cut in half. And so I guess my only advice in looking back is, after you've picked your stash, and maybe you guys who do the bin stores know this, check your merchandise out just to make sure that there's no big problems with it, because you can always put it back before you buy it. You just can't put it back after you've paid for it. And he ended up leaving it there at the convention center because it was just such a big box, he didn't want to lug it. The stash I ended up with, I really I have not gone through it at all since the show, but I plan on maybe going through this and listing it. This is the first item I grabbed for $5. It's a multifunctional cooling stand, and my first thought, this must be about a $20 item, and I wasn't really expecting a lot of stuff above and beyond this, so I grabbed it. I probably shouldn't in hindsight, because in my mind it's just not enough profit. The next thing I grabbed, and this is also in a bag, it's a phone sanitizer. I've sold something like this before, again thinking it's about $15-20, and we're talking about a real quick flip, doubling, tripling your money kind of thing. One of these solo microtouch solos. These usually sell for around $20. Again, quick flips. I'm grabbing stuff when I'm going through this Gaylord. I'm grabbing stuff that's just really quick flips. This one here, we're talking a CVS blood pressure monitors, and these were both in the same bag. And so my initial thought was, okay, I'm gonna get this for $5. When I brought it to the lady, she charged me for $2, which is fair. I still took it. I'm thinking probably something like this. These will go for like $30-40 a piece. So that's the first bag. I had to put the phone down to open this. But what's funny is this is a trash bag. We actually took one of the trash bags from one of the empty vendors. I grabbed this Bronze Series 5 for $5, and I think this is a $30 or $40 item. This one was unique. This is the score I had of the bin searching. This one here, when I opened it up, I didn't know what to make of this thing, and it's a Sega design, and I am quite shocked that I got such a good deal here. Let me open this up here. So it is a skeleton mechanical watch Z series, and then you open it up. So it's a working device, so it was all working and everything. And as you can see, this one here is quite nice. Now I think the comps are like $2 to $250, so I scored on this one. If I did nothing else, I think I spent like $60 for all this other stuff. If I did nothing else, this score alone would be certainly paying for everything else. So I'll put that aside here. Another blood pressure monitor. Of course, with liquidation, none of this stuff is even checked for functionality. We just had to take advantage of the opportunity. These have always sold well for me. We're talking the heat wraps. Sunbeam's a great brand, but even the third-party Chinese brands sell very well if you list them properly. Here's another one that was pretty good. This is a pet safe. Now, I've had a lot of the pet collars, like the shock collars and things like that. This one's a 300-yard remote trainer, and even the ones that aren't branded like Pet Safe will bring you like $30-40. Well, that alone caused me to grab this one and looked it up. I think it's like 125 to 150 are the comps on this one. And of course, it looked pretty good in the packaging. So I was very happy with that. I grabbed this G7 watch. They had a couple of them. The tags, a little sticker on here. store found defective item, and it looks like it doesn't have the charger. Well, people will still buy these without the chargers. I don't know what the value is. I may not have made anything on this this Q7 watch, but I thought $5, might as well take a shot. And of course, the last thing is I have another pet safe. This one's a spray bark collar, and it discourages sparking and whining, blah, blah, blah. But the fact is, anytime you come across the Pet Safe brand, those are really good to grab. That's probably the best brand in the business when it comes to that. So what do you guys think? How did I do? Put your comments down below. I did get a chance to meet up with Tom from Liquidation Motivation. One of you guys turned me on to his channel a few months back, and I've been in contact with him. Well, he came out to ASD. We met up at the Westgate Casino. He did have his camera crew there, some of his employees there, and of course we did a video for his channel. And so check out his channel, Liquidation Motivation, so that you can check out the interview. I think it was a really good interview that we did. I learned just in the hour and a half that we hung out. I really think that I learned a lot about what he does in his business, even more so than the content he puts out in his channel. But certainly check him out, Liquidation Motivation. And I had a good time on Wednesday. I think that I would do it again. I believe there's another expo coming out. I think it's called the White Label Expo next week, and I think it's along the same kind of lines. So I might go check it out. I've received a badge to go to it, so maybe I'll go check it out and bring Jenna along with me, and we'll just kind of see if there's anything or any relationships that can be made. See, part of the game that we deal with reselling really requires you to network. And the more you network, the more people you know that can help your business in some way, the better you're going to do in the long run. It's one of those businesses where it's really tough to succeed if you're operating on your own little island and you're not reaching out to people. So one bit of advice I would give, and you really don't realize this until you're out there talking to other people, is find a way, find like-minded people who are doing the same kind of thing that you are. And when opportunities come along where you can network and meet other companies, do it. And you know what? It's not to say that every time you come in contact with these companies that you're going to make a working relationship. In fact, in most cases, you're going to get nothing out of it. It's just going to be a dry run. But after all is said and done, you may encounter that one or two sourcing relationships and sourcing opportunities that you didn't have before that could really make a difference in your business. And of course, I guess we'll find out. You will find out as you watch my videos if anything comes out of some of these new sources or new potential sources that I've come across. So do me a favor, comment down below, of course, as I mentioned before, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course, hit that notification bell so that you're notified when I make a video or when I go live, which is hopefully going to be soon. Maybe not this weekend, probably next weekend. So guys, I don't care if you are great at networking or just prefer to do this, without talking to new people, and that's fine too. But just know that flipping ain't easy, and we're going to talk to you here really soon. Keep making those sales and have an excellent weekend. Take care, everyone.